Absolutely. Let's jump into the college basketball. Like I said, championship night on Monday. But Brett, we do already have one champion. Well done, sir, on your bracket. We misread it last episode where we said it would be a tie with you and Chris Whitney. Turns out it's just a win for the Brett Levy.
All right. Well, at least I won something, Higgins. I was like, maybe Cuse is going to win. Nope, they couldn't do it for me. Maybe my Texas bet will hit. That lasted even less than Cuse. So it's good to win at least a bracket if I wasn't going to win any of my long-term future bets. And, we made some good bets along the way on the way to the Final Four. And now we're finally here for the championship game.
And like we said, the winner was going to get a chance to be on this podcast. And what do you know? The winner's already on this podcast. So maybe we'll figure out a special segment that you can do where you can stand on your soapbox a little bit more and talk to us plebs. But let's get into the actual national championship game happening on Monday night, Brett. And this is a late tip-off for the East Coast. It's going to be a 9:20 tip-off, 9:30 tip-off on the East Coast. I like that as a West Coast person. And these odds, probably the smallest spread you're ever going to get Gonzaga at this season with -4.5. Zags favored.
Yeah, it's interesting, Higgins. I have a feeling a little bit of that last game might have played into this number here. Maybe Gonzaga would have been a little bit bigger if, that game wasn't so close against UCLA. But this is the game I personally have been waiting for all year. It was supposed to be played in Indianapolis early in the season. It was postponed due to COVID, but now we get it in Indianapolis a few months later. These were the two best teams from start to finish this year, Higgins, and it's interesting to kind of think about because Gonzaga had such a great season. Baylor, prior to their COVID break, were undefeated. When they came out of that COVID break, they were a little shaky, but a non-COVID year, could this be a matchup of two undefeated teams, Higgins? Like, that's how good these teams were playing at points this season.
Well, in a non-COVID year, that would have been impossible with their schedules because these two
They
teams
would
were
have played,
supposed to
yeah.
play
Yeah.
on December 5th.
Yeah, I
They were
know.
supposed to play on December 5th. That game got canceled because of COVID. Both coaches said they were open to potentially rescheduling it during the regular season. It did not happen, though. What do you know? We get blessed with the treat that is Gonzaga versus Baylor again. And Brett, I think that Gonzaga UCLA game does say something about how this Gonzaga Baylor game is going to go. And I think it shows that Gonzaga has had a bit of an easier ride to being where they are right now. Baylor playing in the Big 12, a bit more competitive, a bit tougher. They also had a bit tougher of a route coming through their part of the bracket. I think they're going to finish it off. They're going to get the win. I'm taking them on the money line, plus 176 here, because this is a team that I feel is of a different caliber. It's going to be very interesting because neither of these teams have ever won a national championship in school history. The Zags, on top of that, are going for an undefeated national championship. That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure for the Bulldogs, so give me the Baylor Bears.
Yeah, again, I'm not buying into all those narratives, Higgins. I think they're fair points, fair concerns to have, but this isn't a bunch of freshmen out there. Drew Timmy's been here before, Kispert's been here before, Ayayi's been here before. Andrew Nemhard, although it's his first year in Gonzaga, it's his third year playing college basketball. So, this team's experienced, and Mark Few's been to a Final Four before. So I understand where you're coming from. I'm personally not buying into it. I would lean Gonzaga, to be honest, Higgins. I can't bet them. I had so much confidence in this Gonzaga team going into that UCLA game. UCLA played unbelievable. It scared me off. It scared me off. I'm not afraid to admit it. I have no interest in betting this game. I'm going to watch like a fan. And to be honest, I would have enjoyed that UCLA Gonzaga game as a fan too. So I have a feeling I'll have a pretty good Monday night.
Now, One of my what should have been my lock last episode is the UCLA Gonzaga over because that was set at 145 and a half and the final score was 90 to 93. This over under obviously reflects how much another team can actually score on that Gonzaga defense because you saw they can get scored on and Baylor averages 83 points per game. This over, is that in play?
It could be in play. I mean, one team's averaging 83. I personally believe Gonzaga can score with anyone. We watched Baylor put up a ton of points in their Final Four game, and we watched obviously the Gonzaga game. No one could miss. So you have to be thinking a lot of points, but of course, with the number being that high, it just brings up that Butler UConn final where it was like painfully low scoring, and that would be my nightmare is if I took the over 159 and then I'm watching that UConn Butler final.
I'm going to stay off the over-under for now, but I could see myself on Monday potentially finding a side. That's why you should follow us on social media at NBBPod on Twitter, at NextBestBet on Instagram, and the Next Best Bet Facebook page and YouTube channel.